are here for the draft program for the signing of the MOU between the SACPCMP and the NHBRC. And I can also add the word that it is quite a historic moment. And I think this will, in many ways, what we like to use in the media. I also host Morning Live and I work for SFM and Radio 2000. And this is something that we call a game changer. And it really is going to turn the industry on its head, and it's going to create a much bigger focus. And it's really two very powerful regulatory bodies.
The purpose of registration should not be to have a role of registered persons, so that there can be element of professional recognition. But it should go beyond that towards ensuring that the investments that individuals do carry in their own life, perhaps to most of us, the only investment that we can be able to carry in a form of a home being an asset, it can be protected.
Now I'll come to the MOU. Let me go to the fine print. I won't read the whole MOU. I think Dr. Mahaji has already talked about in terms of our roles and responsibilities. First of all, this MOU has been a long one. This document has been corrected and recorrected, I think, since last year. And for some reason, just when we thought we are done, there comes the NHBRC legal person. And it comes back red until I don't know which one was track change, which one was included and not included. And I think we spend so much time with Obra Jimmy in the office trying to say, hey, did they put this line in? Because you know, with legal people, you must be very careful. I know that the gentleman's agreement, the agreement in principle was that start the registration, we will look at resources. Then I said, you know, these legal people, maybe somewhere in the MOU, already they are saying that is no longer the case. The purpose of the Memorandum of Understanding, it says, the purpose of this MOU is to develop a framework for the parties to cooperate regarding the registration, certification, and regulation of building inspectors. Now here's the line. The parties shall at all times remain independent and separate legally, organizationally, and financially, and may not act nor bind the other in any way, nor may either party represent that is in any way responsible for the acts or omissions of the other. Okay, that one was almost a worry, but then I had to look further. Here's the one I like, because I must say we've also learned the hard way from just accepting mandates. Here's the one that I like. NHBRC will. I won't read the first and the second one, but this is just to assure you, my president. NHBRC will provide the required resources, including finance and human capital, to enable the SACPCMP to fulfill its responsibility. You see now, when I had to get approval from council, I said, don't worry about the others. Here's the important section. Reason being, we were mandated before to look at other categories, and I think in the built environment, I can say we've set the trend in terms of utilizing the blank check to the maximum. You see, in the built environment, all of the built environment councils, we all have a section, I think it's 18C, that says we may prescribe any other specified categories. To date, we started with the one professional construction mentorship. We were mandated, but it was not followed by resources. It just had an in.
Okay, so this is the most important part, I think. It's the signing of the MOU between the SACPCMP and NHBRC. I also want to tell you that once you put your signature down, you can't go back. So that steps as you walk up here, just ponder that. Mr. Mongezi Mnyani, who's the CEO, and Ms. Nomula Rakolote, who's the registrar for the SACPCMP, and of course Mr. Mongezi from the NHBRC. They're about to put their John Hancock.
Thank you, Program Director. I must just say, now we are starting to compare. They have printed, we have printed. And we are all looking to see whether you have the latest version. So I had just to check my important section. So she's assuring me, no, that last page say file is yours the latest? Put yes. So I think that let's take one from this file and the one from that file.
No, I trust our colleagues. They can't make us to sign wrong things. Definitely, I trust it. Ladies and gentlemen, as I've said, I want to thank everybody who has attended here today, but also thank the people that have worked tirelessly to make sure that indeed this MOU today becomes a significant event in the calendar of NHBRC, in the calendar of the SACPCMP, in terms of making sure that indeed we take this profession going forward. And I'm quite certain that indeed inspectors across the spectrum will be quite happy now to hear that indeed there is some now a form of agreement between the two entities that indeed have made sure that we put this process forward. We'd like to thank our principals. They've been very patient with us. Dr. Mahaji will tell you, Chair, that we've been to the board several times, until they say, are you guys serious about this matter? Are you really going to get a home for this program? Because we went to everybody. When we thought that we were concluding, another legal aspect comes. No, we can't, until therefore we reach this home that we're in today. But we'd like to thank you for your patience. We'd like to thank you for your guidance from both entities. Indeed, you've been able to, as management, put us on our toes. And not only just you, by the way. We're working with BASA, we're working with other entities. They also have been saying, look, we want to professionalize this because we have an interest as banks. So Banking Association of South Africa is also looking forward to this program. Other entities and other associations, whether government or non-government, they're also looking forward to this, and therefore would like also them to input going forward into this. In conclusion, we know that indeed Dr. Mahaji has made mention to the Bill of Rights. This also makes sure that indeed we actually implement what is in the Bill of Rights. With those few words, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank all of you for coming, and I'd like to thank the host of SACPCMP for hosting this event this morning. We know it's a breakfast, it's very early, but I think all of us have made it because we feel that we have to be part of this journey. We can't be left in that regard. So the journey begins now. The train is leaving Johannesburg Park Station to the destination, and all of us must be in that train. That train can't leave us. Therefore, on those few words, let me thank everybody and wish you a very good weekend.
Breakfast. And for everybody else, thank you very much for coming. As you heard the CEO say, let's keep those safe distances. It is a crazy period, chicken and beer don't mix. So people go nuts when they have the two together. And then for everybody else, breakfast is served. Thank you for coming.